Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. So in this video, I want to talk about the illusion of a safe space. Okay, the illusion of a safe space. So what am I talking about here? What I'm talking about is that a lot of people have this sort of feeling that if they do a certain thing, if they take a certain path, if they involve themselves in, certain situations, that it's a guarantee that they will actually be safe, or things going to work out exactly how they want it, or, they feel that there's some sort of security in taking a certain path versus going this other way, or, doing certain things. So for example, let's say you have a person who has, they're single and they're like, hey, I want to get into a relationship. I want a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is. Right. And so they say, man, I want to find the type of person who will never cheat on me, who will never break my heart. So what they're doing is that while they're on their journey, interacting with different people, trying to find that person, they're looking and searching for that right person who's never going to cheat on them, the person who's never going to break their heart. But what you have to understand is that there is no safe space. There is no security, right? You have no control whether over the person's going to cheat on you or not. You have no control whether that is going to happen or not, right? And, you might get your heart broken. That is what could happen if you're in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? There's no safe space, right? And in fact, I don't want to go on a tangent, but if your heart is broken, it's not the other person's fault, but that's a whole nother story. I'll do that in another video, right? But there is no safe space. See, you might have another situation. Let's say a person's like, man, I should go to this particular school or college, because if I do that, then if I get this degree, then it's guaranteed that I'm gonna actually get this type of job or make this type of money. There is no safe space. Just because you go to the school, get this degree, get this type of certificate or whatever, does not mean that you are going to get that dream job you want. And if you do, doesn't mean you're going to stay in it the whole time, or, it's not gonna, it's a thing where it may not last forever. Now, again, I'm not saying all this to be on some Debbie Downer shit, but what I'm saying is that there is no safe space. What I mean is, when you have the mindset of thinking that there's this place to rest your head, or there's this path to go that is going to make it, easier for you to do certain things, or it's going to make it to where you can avoid certain things, right? So like, for example, let's say a person is like, I'm going to get to know this person before I have sex with them, because then I'm most likely not going to get an STD, because if I know that this person is careful, and I know that this person is, not running around in the city messing with all these other people, then, if we have sex, then I'm not going to catch an STD, right? Now, just because that person told you they're not messing around with other people, right? Just because you waited for a few months, right? Doesn't mean that it's a guarantee that you're not going to catch something by having sex with this person. Now, if you guys go and take a, STD test together, and then y'all, wait together to make sure that the results come back where y'all both don't have anything, and then, y'all have sex at that point, you understand, and make sure that y'all are around each other all that week or 2 weeks or whatever, to make sure that none of the other parties have had sex with anyone else in the meantime, or whatever it is, to catch anything. Right? But most people aren't going to do that. Most people aren't making that happen. Most people, they meet, they go on a date, they, interact with the person, and they hook up at a specific time, whatever that time is. But there's no guarantee that you're not going to catch that STD. There's no guarantee that, this shit's going to turn out that way. right? Now, you could make it happen. You could have sex and nothing could happen and everything could be cool. But what I'm saying is that don't ever fool yourself or have this illusion that, you're in a safe space, right? See, the thing is, anything can happen. Anything. You understand? You could be a business person. Your business could be doing really well. And at any moment, shit could hit the fan. You understand? We seen what this whole COVID thing did to a lot of businesses, a lot of people's jobs, all that other stuff. There is no safe space. There is no security in this. Anything could happen at any time. Now, again, I don't say this to scare you or be, a person who's, trying to make the situation seem all grim and shit. But I look at it like this. When you look at it this way, when you understand it this way, it's actually kind of freeing, because what it does is it gets you more in touch with the present moment, with what's happening right now. You understand? And so that you're not really concerned or worrying about, what's going to happen later, or what happens if I do this, or, can't I carefully craft a specific situation so that the outcome isn't going to be an outcome that I don't like. And so you're wasting all that time with that. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with, taking precaution in certain situations. Nothing wrong with, looking at different options and taking the best course of action of what you think is going to be the best course of action for you. But at the same time, if you have the mentality of thinking that, you're in a safe space trying to, be in a specific situation and thinking that that situation guarantees you that, nothing that you would deem negative or nothing that you would deem as something like unfortunate can happen in that situation because you picked the right situation. No, there is no security. You understand what I'm saying? There is no safe space. Anything could happen at any time. You understand? So, I just want people to really think about this and marinate on this. You understand? And, understand that because anything can happen at any time, right? You want to be able to enjoy yourself, because even if we talk about death, your death can happen at any time. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Today could be your last day on earth. Think about that. It could be your last day, right? And so imagine this is your last day and all you've been doing is worrying about what's going to happen later. You're worrying about all the things you don't have. You're worrying about all the things that could have been. You're worrying about all of this other nonsense that even when you get it or you're in that situation, there's no security. There's no safe space. You understand? All of it can change in an instant. All the stuff that you're worrying about or striving for, right, could be something that you may never experience because you could die right now. Right now. Or maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe in 5 years. Who knows? Who knows? You understand what I'm saying? But understand that there's no security. There's no safe space. Things are always in flux. Things are always changing. Things, are moving and shaking. Right? And you thinking that you're going to be able to find the perfect situation, the perfect type of move to make, where you're guaranteed this consistent, type of situation to benefit you or to be there and stay there and sort of like comfort you, you understand? So that you can feel like you have some sort of security. You are fooling yourselves. You're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. See, I was actually having a discussion with my wife earlier, and I thought this was interesting because, she was telling me certain things about, oh, I'm worried about this and I'm worried about that and I'm worried about, this going on. And I'm like, all the things that you're worried about, all the precautions you're trying to take, right? A lot of what you're saying is really out of your control, right? A lot of the things you're worrying about, you can't control a lot of these things. Now, there are things you can control, but there are certain things you can't control. And so if you're sitting there, trying to get security out of something you can't control, all you're going to do is frustrate yourself. You understand what I'm saying? All you're going to do is just make yourself just extremely frustrated, upset, angry, depressed, trying to get control over something you can't control. You understand? I remember I saw a meme that said something to the effect of, it says something like, keep calm, nothing is under control. You understand what I'm saying? I just thought that was funny. Right? But see, at the end of the day, I want you to understand that you thinking there's a safe space, you thinking that, there's security in your relationships, in your situations, meaning that it's going to just always stay intact, is an illusion. You understand? It's an illusion. Anything can happen at any time.